Manipur crisis completes 2 years today. May 3 anniversary observed across hill, valley and other states. Tributes paid to victims of violence and unrest. Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum Committee on Tribal Unity holds observance of the Kuki, Zo and Meitei Separation Day, commemorating completion of 2 years of violence in Manipur. Shiv Sena Manipur Pradesh President M. Tombi appeals to people to shun vengeance and violence, urges all communities to help one another for peace and normalcy in the state. And Sahitya Thopanglup observes World Press Day at Manipur Press Club, Imphal. This year's Thiam Prem Kumar Award conferred to senior journalist Light Hangbam Iboyaima. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm Colonel Sambandaram, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Now the news in details. Manipur crisis completes 2 years today, marking the 2 years completion of the May 3, 2023 crisis. People in both the hills and valley areas of Manipur carried out the anniversary under different names such as People's Convention, Day of Remembrance and Reflection, and Separation Day. In the valley, Kokomi led the commemoration with the Manipur People's Convention on the Manipur crisis at Kumalampak Indoor Stadium. Speaking at the observance, Kokomi coordinator and convention chairman Khuraija Mathoba asserted that Manipur's crisis is caused by Kuki narco-terrorists who entered into the state from Myanmar. He alleged that the Kuki narco-terrorists, who are members of Kuki Suspension of Operation Group receiving monthly stipend from the center, are waging war against innocent civilians. He asserted that Kokomi, along with the people, will give pressure to the center in the next round of talks. Athoba reiterated that the crisis has completed 2 years, adding that the main objective of today's convention is to create a roadmap to find a lasting solution to the ongoing crisis, in which countless precious lives, including women and children, were lost and more than 60,000 people are rendered homeless, taking refuge in relief camps. He continued that not a single Chin-Kuki narco-terrorist should be allowed to stay in Manipur, and the center must launch military crackdown or other similar means to drive them away. He continued that representatives of the Meitei communities will hold talks with central leaders with the resolutions on today's convention and other relevant documents. Athoba reiterated that Kokomi, in coordination with the people, will launch a strong agitation if the center continue to remain silent on the demand to wake them from their slumber. 19 different resource persons expressed their thoughts for building a roadmap for a lasting solution to the prevailing crisis at the convention. Among the resolutions taken in the convention include center to admit its fault which sparked the crisis, proper documentations of the refugees who came and settled into the hill areas of the state and encroaching land illegally, and seizing and destruction of false documents, books and publications propagating false and unfounded narratives.
Masi logo da wale basi pairo matungda ngasai thambiro mi wafam singa tui matungina lamna masi gi lai ba luching masing tasin khomjen dana khoi tana tinara kanda wafam singa se pairo kanda khoi India government ga athu bodai khoi wari watai sara kana miyang wale basi puraga tacharaga Chapchana, Wafam Singasiki, Wakai, and Nabagi, Tabako back and the number one of the Honazake, Yanaraka, Penatava, later, Larakumatamda, Miam, the Quay Pautam Zagani, Aduka Miam Su, Honaba Laitana, Hanganova Togana, a Quay Puning Toba Pinanaba, Tona Hapinanaba, Lena Kiba, whatever Singase, Hanganaba Hanavada, Equa Punaba, Tangai, Padradi Miam, Kongyam Chantilla Gadavanina, Kongyam Chantanaba, same Sabi Gadavani, Makatana, Chahiani, Chahi, whom Sugo Hondana, a Quay Manipugi, Iran, Silvasanaba, when I'm in the sea.
The rising crisis and onslaught of Kuki against the Meitei community is more devastating than the darkest recorded history of Manipur Chahitarit Khuntakpa, or 7 years devastation from 1819 to 1826. UNLF former chairman R.K. Snayaima cautioned that indigenous peoples are facing an imminent threat and may be wiped off from the face of earth in this unending crisis. R.K. Snayama made the remark at the second anniversary of 3rd May 2023, jointly organized by Athaubashingi Liklam Thibalupt Manipur, Maharaja Narasingh Memorial Committee and Chahi Tarit Khuntakpa and Athaubashingi Ningsing Lup at the Maharaja Gambhir Singh Samadhi complex located at Langthabal. Attendees paid floral tribute to the victims who lost their lives in the crisis and on the statues of Maharaja Gambhir Singh, Narasingha and Maharaja Hirachandra. Speaking further at the observance, Snayama reasserted that outsiders who infiltrated into the state from Myanmar are waging war against the indigenous peoples to carve up the state into pieces, and many have lost their lives. He maintained that everyone must take a united stance to face against the onslaught of Kuki and warned that the Meitei community will be wiped off if its members are unable to stand united.
Ngasi mar ako'y namayag film di sumnagi kikulay privacy na Manipur tulay na magiging kailangan kasalat pa alukot nati ako'y fruit kasi masi pangal tulay ka na abuhan na hawapang ang dawa yung siyam bagi lumutawang yaw daw sa ako'y na ang wakatang na siyang awarang ko hajalot po kikulay privacy na Manipur pak tulay na ba mati fruit ka lang dar ko kasi mati fruit na madu respond daw di Manipur ka na mo dawa na dawa so naging mati naman natawa masama na Manipur kanaba natin naman nga kasi asama niya siya lona na ko lona maglabin na batsahin Manipur yellow for lona tasing kanila ay ko apuro bangan sa tangay.
Veteran politician Okram Joy, who also graced the event, raised strong suspicions that the crisis in the state may have been planted by the centre. Joy continued that the Manipur crisis did not get even a mere mentioned in the president's address in Lok Sabha for 2 consecutive years, which is extremely saddening. The veteran politicians noted that in the past, Manipur fell into the hands and outsiders, and the several years devastation happens because outside power seized the opportunities of disputes between the princes, and the history had now repeated. He also appealed to every members of indigenous communities to embrace the spirit of the forefathers to fight off the forces who pose a threat to the territorial integrities and work to restore peace and harmony.
भारत की राष्ट्रपति ने भारत की पार्लियामेंट थमग पीरी वे एड्रेस से भारत वर्ष की चली बलेबाग की ख्वाइदगी मरु ओइबा थोदो वातो अमसुंग इंटरनेशनल लेवल की ओइबा वातो किंग ओइगदबनी अदु लाइबक्तिबदी पुंग अनियोम पावे एड्रेस अदुदा मणिपुर हाइबा वहाई जे सही अनि सुना मई चाबा मणिपुर की वहाई से वहाई ओपन दबदो अथोंग लाइबक्तिबने ना कोन लौई मरंगना ताई मदुदी हौजिक लेरिबा मणिपुर की ओइरिबा फिल्म बसिदा मसेन की मरकता खाइबुंग तौदरा अखोय मसेन तुगाइदरा हाइना सिंगरिबसे मसैदा भारत सरकार की अतमनबा मियेंग अमगा लोइनाना माइकई अदोंदा चंगनब्रा हाइबसी एकोने सिंगनब फावे.
Federation of Civil Society Organization Fox Manipur also observed the second anniversary of 3rd May 2023. The observance was held on the theme Bridging Divides for Shared Future at Yumnam Kuno Imphal East. Speaking at the observance, Fox acting president B.M. Yaim Shah emphasized that the main objective of the observance is to make a roadmap to restore peace and harmony between different communities of the state. He also assured that in the next round of talk, he will take up the concerns and grievances on behalf of the people of the state. Leaders and members of different civil society organizations, intellectuals and members of public paid floral tribute to the victims who lost their lives in the crisis.
Manipurda hojik lairiba tangdu leita daba conflict situation lase karamna loisinba yagadagi duga karamna loisinabagi miyamna kari pami duga maru oina IDP singna makhoigi oiba kari pami kari tawhanningi haibase akoina hana khangnagiba adudagi hojikti lamdamchida leiriba CSO singda center na invite tawtuna मखोइगा वारी सानबगी तांका अमा लाबनिना अखोइना हौजिक मियामगी ओइबा अदुगा आईडीपी सिंगी ओइबा चप चाबा मखोइ वाखललोन सिंग मखोइना पामिबा सिंग अदो अखोइना हाना थमखिबा अदुदगी अमुक अनौबा करी करी हापचिनलगा हारिबा कन्फ्लिक्ट असे लोइसिनबा यागदगी हाइबगी मतांग अदुदा कोइ पांथोकचबनी
Kuki-Zo community in Churachandpur district held observance on the day of separation at the Wall of Remembrance Tribong, marking 2 years of violence and unrest in the state. Thousands of people gathered at the venues with traditional attires. Churachandpur-based Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum ITLF organized the observance amidst tight security and total shutdown. Attendees observed 1 minute silence for those who had lost their lives in the violence and for the solace of a family of the victims. During the observance, leaders of Kuki-Zo communities reiterated that Kuki-Zo people could not live together with Meitei people, but they could live as a good neighbors. They also urged the government to bring an amicable solution to bring peace between the two communities. The observance was also held simultaneously in Kangpokpi, Saikul, Teknopald, More, Chandil and Delhi.
We are here in demand of justice. We are here in demand of, we are here to remind the government that our demand for union territory under Article 239A is still intact, and until and unless this demand is met, we will fight for, we don't know how long it will take, but we will fight for it. And the idea of peace will come automatically, and peace cannot be enforced. It has to come, and justice has to come before it. And once our demand is met, free movement and peace will come on its own. That is our demand.
Committee on Tribal Unity Kotu Sadar Hill held observance of Kuki-Zo in Meitei Separation Day today, commemorating the completion of 2 years of violence in Manipur. People from Kuki-Zo communities gathered at the Wall of Remembrance in Brigadier M. Thomas ground, Kasgui, Kangpokpi district since early morning to pay tributes to all the people who had lost their lives in violence. Attendees observed a 2-minute silence as mark of respect to all the departed souls. Kuki-Zo people also prayed for eternal peace of all the victims. Shiv Sena Manipur Pradesh President M. Tombi appeals to people to shun vengeance and violence. He urged all the communities to help one another in order to restore peace and normalcy in the state. Shiv Sena Manipur Pradesh also joined in observing a May Tree anniversary at the party office in Babapura, Imphal today. During the observance, the party members and workers offered floral tributes to the portrait of violent victims and observed 2-minute silence for all the departed ones. Speaking on the sideline, the Tombi stressed that those killed in ethnic conflict erupted on the May 2023 in Churachandpur shall not go in vain. He emphasized that unity among all the communities and collective efforts will be the only solution to restore normalcy. Tombi also urged the government to refrain from making divisive politics and take measures to wipe out narco-terrorists from the entire nation.
China India government ho, adu USA bo, China bo, any akoi Manipur bo masi tana hon of do deba. Never. City akoi tobigano, tobigano su kangano, aduga tobigano su hona bigano, adu ngasi degi di akoi Shiv Sena amadi akoi Manipur miyam ki koi mahut chijaraga, akoi Shanti ki pauze lama, Shiv Sena ki taraf te bijari bise, akoi miyam angtang punchel lache, akoi punna hingmena se, punna laimena se. Chahi kya ki mamang ki laimena rabani, chahi kya musse laimena ka dore bane, revenge ki wakal non thadok na rache.
Meitei Council More MCM observed Resistance Day 3rd May 2023 at the relief camp opened at Wangjing Kudompokpi Sports Complex, Taubal District. Internally displaced people from More taking refuge at the relief camp ceased work, wore black badges and participated in the observance. They offered floral tribute to the 7th Meitei people from More who had lost their lives during the peak of violence and observed 2-minute silence for the victims. Speaking on the occasion, Meitei Council More President M. the Thoiba Meitei urged state and central leaders to swiftest resolve the crisis.
masih mafam sih tu sedang di sentrana karena masih minat coba nama dari orang lokal pilih apa jeng dari yang masih na jangan dari yang masih na aku isa itu dari tak mengenal kita aku ini lagi apa jika masih bahana pun sempat pun mengenal apa aduh istiadat di sentrana tahu yang ini no mana nama sebenarnya Kashmir anda tahu kita tahu kita ni pun kita tahu kita sih kita cek selalu sih yang mesti lupa kalau pilih apa ini dengan next kita kita prime minister home minister pasti Manipur ka minsan niya kaya na siya. Masih Prime Minister Labra, Home Minister na, hayang la kani nilutama na ang gata, kani na promise na umaga, rasa na tikitin, di mo do, mato, ay ko ito para ako tabihan mo.
Ideal Girls College Relief Camp Compound Committee also observed the second anniversary of 3rd May 2023 crisis. Speaking on the occasion, Committee on Protection of Meitei Victims More Co-PMEV Chairman Leisang Them Inaucha blamed the centre, maintaining that it will never trouble itself with any initiative for the welfare of crisis victims of More. He stated that displaced people of Mores and Churachandpur have not trust on the elected representatives as well, who came to fight elections so because they can accumulate wealth for their wives and children after winning the poll. Moreover, Leishangthem Inaucha urged relevant authorities to allow them to safely return to their homes at the soonest. He revealed that the Relief Camp Committee will submit a memorandum to Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla and warned that if authorities fail to take up effective actions in the matter at the soonest, the displaced people of More and Churachandpur will take matter into their own hands and launch a strong movement.
Masih paliba sarkar sidi magi nupi angangi magi sagai nategi nagi sana marang kaina sinaba likol marang kaina sana na ba adugumba sarkar makhala mani hena khanjai lebak sigi demakta di afaba amata ngasi bhakko tarukte adugumba sarkar matam matam gi pangi sarkar duna mokhina mirai birakpadagi ngasi thoiba toblok se thokpani matam chana chana sarkar amoina tobum thokpa thabak singdu matam chana chana tobiramagadi ai soiroina khalli adubu thengbasu thengna hoji akhina miyamna horoktana sarkar mamit mamai pangaliba ase sida makoina karigumba mising nasingdragadi kasi koi tungda mu halakane amri su thadide aduga hauji vote lep khraba vote ka khraba election kaya amada mantri mandol oi khraba mayam sing ase masi gumba mantri mandol sing sa ai amu ana mokhai si halagadi akoi hanagi hamu oigani.
Republican Party of India, Athwale held Resilience Day in Sikkim, marking completion of 2 years of violence and unrest in Manipur. RPI Athwale National Secretary Maheshwar Thaunawjam late in offering floral tributes to those who were killed in the violence. Northeast in charge Vinod Nikalji, Sikkim State President Namgyan Bhutia and the party members also joined in paying respect to the victims. Speaking on the sideline, Maheshwar Thaunawjam commented that May 3 should be observed as Black Day in Manipur. He highlighted that several youths, including students, were killed in the violence. He prayed for Manipur's integrity. Also speaking on the occasion, RPI Athwale Northeast in charge Vinod Nikalji stated that people in strife-torn Manipur are suffering due to the prevailing crisis. He wished peace and normalcy in the state at the soonest.
Manipur da yam tuna santi halaktuna yamna safeguard oiba yelomi singi oiba koigi tangdu leitana leinabagi damakta yam tuna solution poraktuna akoina hojik chatpa akoina jaga khara chatpa yadriba akoina akoigi oiba free movement oidriba se free movement oihelaga Manipur tangdu leitaba Manipur ma yam tuna oihelaga phatriba Manipur thugaiba pamiba mayam se mokoibu mutat khraga afaba Manipur nusiba singna khundaba Manipur ama ohenba pami haiduna ngasi numitda ईश्वर की मपूगी मफम थौनी जरी
हम सब लोग मिलकर यहाँ श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित की है। जल्द से जल्द 2 साल में जो कुछ भी मणिपुर की जनता ने भुगता है वो जल्द से जल्द उस जगह पे शांति बहाल होनी चाहिए, वहाँ के लोगों के बारे में सोचना चाहिए। आज के दिन हम लोगों ने श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करके ईश्वर से यही प्रार्थना की है कि जल्द से जल्द मणिपुर में शांति बहाल हो और वहाँ के लोगों को एक अच्छा जीवन मिले।
Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news and observance of the World Press Day by Sahitya Thopanglup at Manipur Press Club. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Alpha Center of Excellence na mayam gi damakta nungaiba paw ma puduna lakchari lakliba May gi date 12 tagi horaga NEET IIT JEE amadi ND gi course ka haujargan loina na hantakta 10 pass tawkraba satra singi damakta 2 years integrated course amadi dropper batch loina na Class 11 amadi 12 ki oiba foundation course amasu hapsagadori yamna athu matamda admission tawsanbiyo
National Forensic Sciences University Manipur campus da Professional Diploma in Cybercrime Investigation, Cyber Security amasung Crime Scene Management ge admission hauzare. Akupa marol gidamak 9233591616 da contact taubiyu.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin, and moving on with our bulletin. World Press Freedom Day is observed around the globe today. Sahitya Thopanglub also commemorate World Press Freedom Day at Manipur Press Club, Imphal. This year's Thiam Prem Kumar Award was conferred to senior journalist Light Hangbam Iboyaima at the event. Speaking on the sideline, President of Sahitya Thopanglub T. Amarjeet stressed that the society will progress if people in literature and media persons work together. He maintained that today's event was held with the ideology that literature and media play a vital role in the society, highlighting the significant role and contribution of journalists. Amarjeet maintained that media is referred to as the fourth pillar of democracy. He said that people should respect journalists. Amarjeet asserted that the annual Thiam Prem Kumar Award was conferred to correspondent of various national papers, senior journalist Laithangbam Iboyaima, in recognition of his great journalism in covering issues of Manipur and informing it across the world.
Maruoiba pandam de koi journalist haiba koi writer haiba si yaudana koi gi khunai ama mangda pukhatpa sakatpa ngamde haiba si gi pandam da koi khorirol churiba koi nasu media haiba si ani si khunai ama ge di mase khong ama di khutkumane masi mapangan kandraga di koi mangda sakatpa ngamde haiba pandam du da koi media ga koi gi khorirol ga khusam naraga koi pangthok na badana sinjaban award si koi leptana su dum pijagi gani kaino da journalist na lawriba thawdang asi asuki matik sawre ade khunai ma sema da haitar aduna sigi honor and recognition aduga appreciation asi koina matam sana honor to ba maru oyana khanjaraga daine sinjabane.
Security forces conducted search operation in the fringe of Hill and Valley district of Manipur in past 24 hours. Security team uncovered several weapons during search operation at Lungfo and Mauhing village under Kangpokpi police station, Kangpokpi district. The recovered weapons include one SLR rifle, one local-made 303 rifled with magazine, one local-made bolt-action rifle, one 12-bore single-barreled gun, one Pompey 17.62 mm SLR with empty magazine, 10 live rounds of 7.62 mm and 2 hand grenades. A team of Manipur police apprehended one individuals with arms from a location near Bazaar India shopping mall in Chingmairong under Imphal police station, Imphal West. According to police report, the arrested person is 50-year-old Konsum Romeo of Sombung Maniya School, Imphal East. Police seized one 9mm pistol loaded with 10 rounds, one mobile phone and one ID card from the arrested. A team of Manipur police arrested one suspected vehicle lifter in the Jamal Masjid area under Lilong police station, Thoubal district. The arrested person is 20-year-old Chongtham Ibungo, residents of Imphal West district's Lamboy Khongnang Khong. Police recovered one Maruti Wagoner from the apprehended person. Ibungo had allegedly stolen the vehicles from Thangmaiban area, Imphal West. Ethno Heritage Council Harikond will observe its 23rd Foundation Day on May 16. In connection with this, Harikond District Council Juribam will organize quiz competition for Class 9 to Class 12 students on the same day. Harikond District Council Juribam Finance Secretary Laishram Vilax informed that students from neighboring Assam can also participate in the quiz competition.
Quiz competition asida hena pudong saba piribati yumthang nariba Assam state asigisu goi kanaumba mairoi singna quiz competition asi saru yabiniba lairagadi masigi quiz competition asida saru yabagi pudong saba dusu pijari loinana akupa hena akupa marol kambiniba singna aikoina pijariba phone number 7005 775732 da Obira Haraga Pangtoka Ahena Togi Aiba quiz competition Nasi Una Mairosingna Una Chawiaminas.
May 3 anniversary was also observed at Jiribam district. People paid homage to those who lost their lives in the violence and unrest. Jiri Development Organization, folks and various organizations in the district jointly held the observance. Leaders of different organizations, Mairapai members, students and internally displaced people attended the observance, which conveys a message on unity and peaceful coexistence in Jiribam. The second anniversary of 3rd May 2023 was also carried out at Samuro Bazaar. Energetic Youth Development Organization EYDO Club Samuro Kaithil and Samuro Kaithil Mairapai jointly carried out the observance. Main highlights of the observance was paying floral tributes to the people who lost their lives in the crisis. In Assam's Barak Valley also marked the May 3rd anniversary. Lakhipur Khuman Club Kasar district organized the observance. Churachandpur Meitei United Committee also observed the 3rd May observance in Vishnupur district on the theme "Let us come together to remember, reflect and stand in solidarity with our displaced brothers and sisters." The observance was carried out by Churachandpur Meitei United Committee formed by displaced people from the Churachandpur. Members of different organizations of the district, displaced people and the general public attended the observance. The attendees also paid floral tribute to the people who lost their lives in the crisis. May 3 anniversary was also marked in Kakching district today. Arambai Tengold Unit 11 organized the observance at Thongjao Awang Leikai ground. Families of people killed in the violence, students and members of every unit of Arambai Tengold in the Kakching district attended the observance. Arambai Tengold, the Imphal West unit marked the completion of 2 years of violence in the state. As part of the observance, attendees offered floral tribute to violence victims and those who laid down their lives for Manipur's integrity. Social activist Dhanabir Laishram and senior journalist Hemant Kumar Ningomba graced the observance. Arambai Tengold, Vishnupur district also offered floral tribute to all the individuals killed in Manipur crisis. Arambai Tengold held the tribute-paying event at the Kapot Sangbam public ground. Attendees also offered 2-minute silence as a mark of respect to all the victims. VPF Sinam United Committee Pukhao and the Rising Star Club Yumnam Patlo also joined in offering floral tribute to those who were killed in ethnic conflict in the state. The tribute paying ceremony was held at the Yumnam Patlo, Chingjin, Imphal East. Private Schools Development Council Thoubal District also observed the 2nd anniversary of Manipur crisis at Peace and Freedom Academy in the Thoubal Hauka, Sorarel. A 15-day training camp on Sangh Shiksha Varg 2025 organized by Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh RSS Manipur Pranta came to an end at Rajashri Bhagyachandra Skill Development Center, Harauro, Imphal East. 71 trainees from Imphal East, Imphal West, Vishnupur, Senapati, Ukhrul, Tamenglong and Jiribam district participated in the camp. RSS Manipur Pranta, Ningombam, Irabanta and RSS Assam, Khetra, Karyawar, Khwairakpamd, Rajend graced the closing event. Council of Higher Secondary Education to Manipur informed that original statements of mark of the Higher Secondary Examination 2025 and application forms for eligible candidates for the Improvement Examination 2025 will be issued to respective institutions and private candidates from the May 5 during office hour. A cleanliness program was carried out at the Khongsang railway station in Noni district. The cleanliness program was held with the objective to promote cleanliness, hygiene and civic responsibilities. Sangro Khongsang Village Welfare Association, Lever Union, the Khongsang railway station, Superintendent Sinrapt Gangmei and station staffs jointly organized the program. Now the sports news. Semi-final matches of the third state-level open football tournament Samaram Trophy 2025 will commence on May 5. Altogether, 18 teams are competing under 4 groups in the tournament organized by Samaram Football Club, Samaram Thoubal District. FL Manipur will clash against HAFC Hairok in the first semi-final match on May 5. FL Nongpok Shekmai will play against Legend Football Club Manipur Police in the second semi-final on 6th of May. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at headlines once again. Manipur crisis completes 2 years today. May Tree anniversary observed across Hill, Valley and other states. Tributes paid to victims of violence and unrest. Indigenous Tribal Leaders Formed Committee on Tribal Unity holds observance of Kuki Zo in Meitei Separation Day, commemorating completion of 2 years of violence in Manipur. Shiv Sena Manipur Pradesh President Tombi appeals to people to shun vengeance and violence, urge all communities to help one another for peace and normalcy in the state. And Sahitya Thopanglup observed the World Press Day at Manipur Press Club, Imphal. This year's Tiam Prem Kumar Award conferred to senior journalist Lai Thangvam Iboyaima. Thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipur Bulletin. In the meantime, have a great day and stay safe.